Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering Kellogg panics over Let Them Eat cereal boycott, removes logo from Pop Tarts. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. The Let Them Eat cereal boycott hasn't officially started yet. It starts on April 1st. Kellogg's is concerned, though, because they know that people are aware on social media that they don't need to spend their money on companies that don't respect their customers. Coming from Daily Dot, what stage of capitalism is this? Viewers slammed Kellogg's CEO after he advertised cereal for dinner to make meals more affordable. And that's what the backlash is. People don't want to just eat cereal for dinner, while Kellogg's gets rich. And on Twitter, people are starting to notice Pop Tarts at their store no longer have the Kellogg's logo on them. It's as if Kellogg's is aware the boycott is about to start and they're about to start losing a lot of business. From Sherilyn on Twitter, how is the Kellogg's boycott going? Well, it doesn't start until April 1st, but organizers say the brand is removing their logo from products in preparation, starting with Pop Tarts. Do Pop Tarts have the Kellogg's logo on them in your store? Good question. You can see here from this picture, they don't have the Kellogg's logo on these Pop Tarts. These big companies have no idea how bad a big boycott could actually get. They've seen Bud Light, they've seen Target. It's very damaging to these companies, and this isn't even the first time that Kellogg's has been boycotted. And take a look here on TikTok from Robert Lundy. All the Pop Tarts at his local store do not have Kellogg's logos on the packaging. That's at Walmart. And also on Twitter from Hero Academia 217, prices are down, and this company is also trying to be slick and take their name off the product. They see the same thing. This is not the first time that Kellogg's decided, hey, a boycott's coming, we better take our Kellogg's logo off of Pop Tarts. Going back to 2021, Kellogg's confirms online rumors that it removed its name from Pop Tarts boxes. The move comes amidst a months-long strike involving about 1,400 workers across 4 cereal plants. But Kellogg says the design decision is about simplified design, not a last-ditch effort to get around a consumer boycott. Maybe that's true. Let's look at this. From Reddit, here's what Kellogg's actually said. First, Nevada Man asked, hey, I have a question. Why are you guys removing the Kellogg's branding from specific products that you sell? Is it because of something supply chain issues? Kellogg's responded. And this was in 2021. This was absolutely in response to the strike. But Kellogg says, our data show that consumers routinely focus on the visual of the Pop Tarts brand name. So we simplified the package design by removing Kellogg's. Of course, since then, they put the Kellogg's logo right back on the Pop Tarts box. Although now, since another boycott is coming up, they're taking it off again. Ziva writes on Twitter, we as a brand removed our brand name from one of our most popular products we oversee because we, the brand, feel like it's good marketing if people don't see our name. LOL. Make it make sense. Ziva isn't happy with their union busting over at Kellogg's, but she's right. There's no common sense reason for Kellogg's to all of a sudden remove their logo from their product whenever they get threatened with a boycott. Kellogg's has also taken heat for pushing the woke agenda through their products. Do they really need to push the woke agenda through their products? Yes, they feel like they do. The money isn't enough. From the Telegraph, woke Kellogg's accused of sexualizing breakfast. How ridiculous is it to accuse them of sexualizing breakfast? Well, if they weren't actually doing it, it would be ridiculous. But they were doing it. From the Daily Caller, Fruit Loops now offers free diversity, equity, and inclusion digital library for your kids. And America First Legal just a few months ago filed a federal civil rights complaint against Kellogg's, warning that management is violating its fiduciary duties. And that's because they're violating the law with diversity, equity, and inclusion hiring quotas. Also, it's incredibly disturbing. They're pushing an LGBT agenda with cereal packaging, and for some reason they thought it was appropriate for a drag queen to be featured on Cheez-Its. And here's what this is all really about. From the Daily Dot, what stage of capitalism is this? Viewers slammed Kellogg's CEO after he advertised cereal for dinner to make meals more affordable. This is Kellogg's version of Let Them Eat Cake. Recently, Kellogg's CEO Gary Pilnick attracted controversy after claiming that at a time when many Americans are struggling to make ends meet, those in search of a cheap meal might want to consider eating cereal for dinner. Quote, if you think about the cost of cereal for a family versus what they might otherwise do, that's going to be much more affordable, Pilnick told CNBC. The comment was part of a discussion responding to an article from the Wall Street Journal that claimed Americans now spend about 10% of their income on food. CNBC, who seem to still have some amount of common sense over there, pushed back on the idea, saying, "I'm all for innovation in marketing, but the idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way?" Pilnick denied this idea, saying, quote, "In fact, it's landing really well right now. Cereal for dinner is something that's probably more on trend now, and we would expect to continue as that consumer is under pressure." So as the consumer is under pressure, they might be forced just to survive to eat their cereal. And he's talking about this in a cheerful way and about how great it is for their company because their company will just make more money. And they wonder why there's a boycott. While the comments sparked discussion and debate online, this is not a new move on the part of Kellogg's. For example, in 2022, the company put out a commercial in which Frosted Flakes mascot Tony the Tiger encourages a family in a chant of, "When I say cereal, you say dinner." Still, many internet users were concerned about the idea of putting forth cereal as a dinner option, with some pointing to the fact that Pilnick's annual compensation includes a $1 million base salary and over $4 million in incentive compensation, according to a September 2023 SEC filing, according to Business Insider. One such user is TikTok user Julie, who went viral after stitching together the CNBC interview with the aforementioned commercial. Quote, "Hey, what stage of capitalism is this?" she asks before playing the clips. In the caption, she sarcastically adds, "They can't afford groceries, let's capitalize on that." She's absolutely right. And they didn't even do it in a way where they were a little bit shy about it. They were just openly saying, "Hey, you won't be bothered, will you, if we continue to make more and more money while you suffer and can't even afford to feed yourself?" In the comments section, users shared their thoughts on Pilnick's statement. One user writes, quote, "Instead of stop buying coffee, it's, well, did you have cereal for dinner or splurge on a McChicken?" Another person says, "Cereal for dinner is what I did growing up dirt poor in the Appalachian foothills, so the stage of capitalism is real bad." Another says, quote, "The way they are acting like a box of cereal isn't $7. The Daily Dot reached out to WK Kellogg via email and Julie via TikTok direct message. In a TikTok DM exchange with the Daily Dot, Julie said the CNBC interview was not surprising to her, but she was still annoyed at the audacity of the CEO to come onto TV and casually and confidently talk about how they'd be marketing to consumers in a way that's based on the fact they can't afford basic groceries. Quote, "I think the comments and general reaction goes to show how sick of it people are," she wrote. "People are realizing the extent that the ultra-wealthy are taking advantage of the rest of us and just how bad the rest of us have it, from groceries to rent to workers' protections and more, all while wages don't keep up. We can't stay on this trajectory much longer." And this is after a massive federal complaint by America First Legal, one of my favorite legal advocacy groups. I cover a lot of what they do. They're doing a lot of good for the country. America First Legal files federal civil rights complaint against Kellogg's, warns management that it's violating fiduciary duties. And fiduciary duties are responsibilities to their shareholders. Like when someone hires a lawyer and they act on your behalf, that's like a fiduciary duty. They're supposed to represent your interests as a client. When you own stock in a company, the people that manage it are supposed to represent your interests, not their own ideological agenda. It's not their company. They just work there. America First Legal Center for Legal Equality filed a federal civil rights complaint with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission against the Kellogg's company for engaging in illegal race-based discrimination concerning employment and job training opportunities. AFL also sent a letter to Kellogg's CEO and board of directors warning them of their obligation to stop wasting the company's assets and breaching their fiduciary duty to its shareholders. According to its filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission, Kellogg's operates in a highly competitive commercial environment and faces significant challenges in finding capable employees. Nevertheless, the evidence is that Kellogg's timing, training, and promotional policies and programs are infused with woke ideology. For example, Kellogg's Better Days promise specifies that by the end of 2025, it will achieve 25% racially underrepresented talent at the management level in the United States. Racial quotas in hiring are absolutely illegal. It doesn't matter what your intention or your motivation is. It's completely illegal. Kellogg's promises that by the end of 2025, it will achieve an aspirational gender parity goal of 50-50 at the management level in its global operations. To that end, Kellogg's has initiated a leadership development program only for women called Aspire. Also completely illegal to have a quota system of a gender parity goal. No quotas are allowed. And to have a special program that's only available to women for any purpose, completely illegal. Between 2020 and 2022, the percentage of racially underrepresented talent increased by almost exactly 2% across all position levels. Given Kellogg's commitment to diversifying leadership, advancing people based on skin color at the expense of others because of their skin color merits investigation. The ethnic composition of individuals in positions defined as all managers and above especially appears suspiciously engineered about race. While the ethnicity breakdown varies slightly more within the positions of directors and vice presidents, Asians, Blacks, and Hispanics each make up precisely 7% of the individuals who are managers or a higher position. Through 2022, Kellogg's operated an accelerated development program for racially underrepresented talent at the management level. Kellogg's also has a chef in residence program, a paid postgraduate fellow program for Black chefs to work with our research and development team to help them better understand food's role in Black communities worldwide. Unlawfully, only Black and African American chefs are allowed, even if individuals with other immutable characteristics are otherwise qualified. All of these race-based programs and apparent quotas are illegal under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Kellogg's management has also shown disdain and disregard for company shareholders. It admits that its brand reputation requires careful promotion and protection, yet it fails to properly warn investors of the risks associated with the apparent misalignment of management's political and social values with Kellogg's customers' values or describe the steps taken to mitigate them. Despite the immense trust that hardworking American mothers and fathers have placed in Kellogg's, management has discarded the company's long-held family-friendly marketing approach to politicize and sexualize its products, for example, to target children. Management ran the 2021 Together with Pride cereal promotion. This was a partnership with GLAAD, which describes itself as the world's largest lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer media advocacy organization, opposes parental rights to know about transgender transitions in public schools, and promotes censorship and cancel culture, and depicts beloved and iconic characters such as Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam, and Snap, Crackle, and Pop, cheering around a bowl of rainbow heart-shaped cereal, and the Frosted Mini Wheats mascot holding an LGBT flag. The top and left panels of the box provided a fill-in-the-blank space for consumers to fill in their own pronouns. In October 2022, management released a limited edition cereal called Rise in Kind, Fruit Loops in partnership with GLAAD, again using iconic Kellogg cereal characters to advance an extreme social agenda. In September 2022, management released a limited edition Cheez-It box featuring drag queen RuPaul. Check out the website letthemeatcereal.info. I'll have a link to it in the description below to get updates on what everybody's doing with it on social media. Kellogg's is a company like any other company that has to respect its customers. If it doesn't respect its customers, if it doesn't listen when people aren't happy with things they say or things that they do, they're going to lose those customers. I don't know how big this boycott's going to be. I was there for the Bud Light boycott, the Target boycott. Those were pretty big. This one could be bigger. This one might be the same. Kellogg's thinks the coming boycott is a big enough deal that they took the logo off their Pop Tarts. It all depends on how big this gets on social media and what Kellogg's does to respond to it. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another story. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.